do what they think their parents think they should do and what their friends are doing and what everyone in their family has always done. But I got to tell you, there's going to come a time where that's going to stop. And I feel it coming now. And I think employers would agree that if you're going to interview someone and have someone, candidate A with a college degree that is demanding more money because they have a college degree, and you have candidate B who has no college degree, but they light up the room and they've got the skill.
With everything changing so much in the job market, it's hard to think about what things will be like in a few years or where I'll be in my career. I'm curious what skills you think will be most in demand in the next 5 to 10 years, and how should I prepare?
People always ask me, where are you going to be in 5 years? This is my worst interview. And I always say, I don't know what I'm going to be tomorrow. You're asking me about 5 years from now? Now, if anyone listening to this goes back 5 years from now, and you can say that you knew that you'd be where you are today, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Here's what I know about that. I don't know. That's my answer. I don't know. But if I had to guess, and what I'm doing personally is I am learning as much as I can about as many things that I enjoy learning about, and learning as many skills that I can build into me so that I can adapt and pivot no matter who I'm talking to and no matter what the economy throws our way, from business to financial, to, like when people start talking about blockchain and NFTs, I'm not into it that much, but I learned a lot about it. And now here comes AI and ChatGPT, and these plugins are new and all these things. And I'm learning and self-educating as much as I possibly can. And I think with the power today that we have as human beings, which has never been seen before in the history of learning, you can self-educate yourself on a level that has never been seen before. And for another topic in regards to going to college and getting degrees, if you ask yourself what you're coming out with versus being able to self-educate yourself, there are more creators and more people creating content on the internet that is free, that you could be learning, that no matter where you find yourself in 5 years, you'll be able to have a conversation with someone and be able to talk about certain things that you have this knowledge about that they don't. And it will just propel you no matter where you are. And it doesn't mean that that's going to land you a job, but it's certainly going to open up doors for you. And so, I think I can't think of one skill in particular that would be such a benefit, but I would say if you have the ability and the desire to learn, then there's no better time than right now to consume as much as you can and learn as much as you can and take as many free courses as you possibly can about things you love and that you're interested in. You have no clue how that's going to open up doors, especially on the things that you think there's no way this could be a career one day. You have no clue. And I think that humble take on it is a really healthy one, because if you're learning, you're growing. And if you're growing, you're gonna just come across opportunities. And I think that's a powerful skill in itself.
I've met your kids before. They're in high school, and I know that they're at an age now where they're going to have to start thinking about these things really soon. What are they going to do after high school?
Right.
Would you advise them to go to university at this point?
So, I'm scared sometimes to talk about this publicly, but as someone who went to college, as someone who all my friends went to college, someone who knows a lot of people in my entrepreneur network that went to college, I wouldn't recommend it. Unless you're going because you want to do something that requires you. You have to go to college to become a brain surgeon. You got to go. But I would say your experience, the head start that you can get, if you can find something that you're passionate with and you can get experience doing something that you love, I would not. I would not. I mean, I didn't learn one thing in college that helped me in business, not one. And the things I did learn in college were more about being on my own and relationship stuff. And I think college misses the mark. They don't teach education in general right now. They don't teach what we need to know when we come out, whether it be about finances, whether it be about how to start a business. I mean, you could take certain classes, but there's a reason why that teacher is teaching the class and not starting his own business. So I just have seen the other side, which is debt. Running a collection agency for as long as I did and seeing the world of debt and student loan, how that can just crush people. I had an opportunity to possibly get into the federal student loan debt market, and the numbers were so staggering. You're talking in the numbers that you can't even count the zeros. That system is a disaster. It's a recipe for disaster, and there's no way that it can sustain itself, especially with where things are going. That's my prediction. I don't know for a fact, but that's my best guess. And I think people are going to start catching wind. The generation that go to college, get a degree, that generation is slowly being phased out, and the younger generation who knows that you're going to school to party and you're going there to do everything besides maybe focus on your education, coming out with 50, 60, 100 grand in debt. I don't know if that's appealing to people. I just don't get it. I think there's just a problem right now with conventional wisdom, which is people think they think they have to go to college, and it's not true. You don't have to. But there is pressure. There is pressure, and it's a real pressure, and I can't discount that. But I'm an outlier. I don't want to think the way everyone thinks. I don't want to do what everyone else does. And I know that's a rare way of being. It puts me by myself a lot, but I'm okay with that. I've gotten comfortable in that mode, and I think most people are not. So they do what they think their parents think they should do, and what their friends are doing, and what everyone in their family has always done. But I got to tell you, there's going to come a time where that's going to stop, and I feel it coming now. And I think employers would agree that if you're going to interview someone and have someone, candidate A with a college degree that is demanding more money because they have a college degree, and you have candidate B who has no college degree, but they light up the room and they've got the skill, you're going to candidate B every time. And I just think that it's almost going to be an unfair advantage to have, if you've done the hard work and self-educated and have the skills and you can walk in and communicate and articulate, you could blow away candidates with the qualifications. You really can. So there's nothing more powerful than a person on fire. There's just not, but it's rare. So I don't know. I'm dancing around that with my kids right now, but I think if I was being honest with them, and I will be honest with them, I'm going to challenge them to explore, play, have fun, because that's the time to do it. And let them fail and figure it out, because that's the best way to kind of overcome, is to jump from every failure to failure with enthusiasm. I love that. And I think the people who are, down on themselves, they have to be able to pick themselves up. My coach used to say, be down on yourself, not hard on yourself. Hard on yourself, not down on yourself. Right. So hard on yourself, not down on yourself. And I think every failure can lead to that next opportunity that opens up the door, but it's a perspective. And the question is, what do you believe? What do you believe about college? What do you believe about experience? What do you believe about building skills and what you think is going to be valuable in 5 years? And I think every person has to do the hard work and answer those questions. And right now, the biggest problem that I see with young professionals, they're not thinking. They're not thinking.
They're not asking those questions. What about? Yeah.
Nope. That's a problem. It's a real problem, because you ask most kids today questions, and the answer is, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I think it's think about it. Because employers want people who can think and solve problems. That is a skill that is incredible for an employer, because if you're doing that for them, they don't have to do it. And so that's a great skill, so people think skills, I have to learn how to do AI. No, you don't. You don't. You have to know how to solve problems, how to negotiate peace and harmony on a team to be a good team leader. You have to know how to resolve conflict and diffuse difficult clients. And those kind of skills are intangibles, but you can actually work on them. You can learn about them. You can learn about emotional intelligence. You can understand how to be self-aware of the way you react, but then also how to tap in and have some empathy and be able to feel other people in a different way than maybe you would experience a situation, and then tap into it. And the more you can be attuned into other people's feelings, I'd say it's a powerful quality that a lot of strong leaders have. They pick up on it. It's a feeling, it's a gut, but they work on it. They make it look easy, but they've worked many, many years on things like emotional intelligence, things that most people will never even think twice about.
For you personally, did you learn that stuff that you were just speaking about, knowing how to read a room, how to lead a team, how to diffuse a situation and be a solid leader in difficult situations? Did you learn those skills? Obviously, you learned a lot of them from experience in your own business, but were there any experiences that were maybe experiences that most people don't typically think of that teach you those skills that you had? Maybe
Yeah.
things like travel or like, things, just
Right.
random experiences?
Well, so I would say that most of my learning came from falling on my face and having a coach like kick me in my stomach and tell me the truth and not hold back. I've always been into personal and professional development, call it what you want, self-help. I absolutely obsess about it. And I think that everyone I know that has done that has always grown leaps and bounds in their profession and their career. They have incredible relationships. And I was blessed to have a coach in our leadership program called Built to Lead. And my coach, Chet, would just tell me the truth. He would illuminate my blind spots. And I had so many that I actually was like, almost like now looking back, living in another world. I thought I knew certain things. I thought I knew certain things. And then he completely flipped my perspective. And I'll tell you what's so incredible about that is that I thought I knew how to read a room. I thought I understood how to do it. And I'll give you an example of it. We'd be in a leadership practice and I like to challenge my teammates. And I used to challenge people and I didn't know it at the time, but people were like really scared. And I used to shut people down. And here I am as one of the teammates, thinking I'm doing the right thing by being a leader and challenging my teammates and giving them a safe place to do it. And I didn't realize there was a nuance to this that my coach pointed out, which was that when you have a teammate that you have trust with, that has been around the system, that can take it and they're ready for it, you can challenge them all you want. But when you have a new person and it's their first day, that's not the time to challenge them, right? You're the CEO and it's just, you just have to know that. Now he used to tell me I have a feelings disorder because I used to feel people's pain. I could tap into like having an empathy on a very high level for other people. I love to help people and I can tap into it. And sometimes I lean a little bit too far. So, I've had to learn the hard way and I've had to have people tell me the truth. And, it's been really hard. It's been hard, but thank God I've had incredible people around me that I can build trust with. And they've been kind enough to tell me things that I needed to hear when I needed to hear them. And I was able to improve. And there's still some things that I suck at that I'm trying to get better at.